What if I told you there was a PlayStation 2 kart racer that had Johnny Bravo, Cow and Chicken, Courage the Cowardly Dog, I Am Weasel, Dexter's Lab, and Powerpuff Girls all in one giant crossover, and somehow almost no one talks about it. So today we're talking about Cartoon Network Racing on the PlayStation 2 and how it might be one of the most overlooked kart racer games in the entire generation. We're going to cover some unlockable characters, some unlockable tracks, and some unlockable things that you don't really see that often, and you may want to stick around and find out. The game launched in late 2006 on the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo DS. At first looks, it looks like Cartoon Network just simply copied Mario Kart. And you're not entirely wrong. Instead of just selecting one racer, the PS2 version uses a tag team system similar to Mario Kart Double Dash. While one cartoon does the driving, the other cartoon sits shotgun and actually handles some pretty powerful toon powers. Do you want speed? Do you want attacks? Do you want defense? Choosing a different character all determines on what you're going to get. Different character combinations could completely change how your kart handles. One of the coolest things about the Cartoon Network Racing is how many classic Cartoon Network characters they actually put in this game. The game featured 24 playable characters on the PS2 version, and it's pretty respectful for a licensed kart racer game to put that many characters in there. You got characters like Dexter and Dee Dee and Mandark from Dexter's Laboratory. You got the Powerpuff Girls with Professor Utonium and Mojo Jojo. Courage, Muriel, and Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog. From the Johnny Bravo universe, you got Johnny Bravo himself, Carl, Susie, and his mom, Bunny Bravo. I Am Weasel has I Am Weasel and IR Baboon, as well as the red guy. And my favorite one of all is Cow and Chicken. You got Cow, you got Chicken, and you got Flem and Earl.
Wanna count my teats?
Hey, that's it! I'm sitting with Flem and Earl.
Chicken, I can't believe we're going to prison.
But not every character is unlocked at the start. Several of these fan favorite characters are locked behind the Cartoon Eliminator mode. For example, some unlockable characters are him, Fuzzy Lumpkins, and Dexter's mom and dad. That's pretty sick. And honestly, unlocking characters gave a good reason to continue playing even after finishing the tournament modes. You want to get everything, don't you? And speaking of other modes, let's get into that. There's a ton to unpack here, actually. The amount of content here is kind of surprising. You have tournament mode, which is kind of like the main campaign of the game. You'll race across themed cups that are based off the Cartoon Network shows. Winning tournaments unlocks characters, tracks, and something else we'll talk about later in the video. It's pretty sick, actually. The next mode we have is Cartoon Eliminator. Think like a Mario Kart meets musical chairs. After each lap, the person in last place gets eliminated until there's just one person standing. This mode is how you unlock many of the hidden characters. Then you got battle mode. The game includes arena battles where teams fight using power-ups and toon powers rather than just simply racing. Last but not least, multiplayer. You can also play your friend in split screen, and honestly, this is kind of where the game kind of shines. But let's talk about the racetracks. The cartoon tracks are heavily inspired by the cartoon shows that are in the game, and they look pretty sick. You'll race through locations like Dexter's Laboratory or Townsville, Johnny Bravo's neighborhood, Cow and Chicken School, the farmhouse in Courage the Cowardly Dog, and even construction sites in I Am Weasel. But then there's bonus tracks that feature things like haunted mansions, theme parks, volcanoes, pinball machines, Wild West locations, and ice mountains.
You must be Johnny. We're the Andersons.
Why would anyone live here?
There are 18 tracks in total, and if you want to unlock all of them, you're gonna have to play through the game modes and unlock most of them. Now, I will say I wish there was more cartoon related show tracks in this game because you only get one track per show, but the rest of them are just kind of creative styles were like, you know, ice mountains or Wild Wild West or the pinball, and they look really good, but I wish there was more of the Cartoon Network side of things. But like any kind of kart racer, items play a huge role in the game. Players can pick up weapons and power-ups scattered around the tracks to attack opponents and gain advantages. Every co-driver has 2 unique powers that fit into these categories like attack, shield, boost, flight, and that means choosing your passenger is just as important as choosing your driver. You want aggressive abilities? Choose a character that has attack-focused toon powers. Need protection? Choose characters that have built-in shields. It's one of the few things that helps Cartoon Network Racing kind of stand out from Mario Kart. One of the favorite reasons that I love Cartoon Network Racing, there is fully unlockable episodes of the shows featured in this game. What? Like, who was doing that? Like, no one was doing full episodes. Like, Not that I can recall, at least. But yes, winning tournaments doesn't just unlock tracks and characters. We're talking full episodes, and there's a lot. You're getting 12 unlockable episodes within this game. Like, what? I don't remember any other game having this many. Oh, actually, I don't remember any game having any unlockable episodes. Now I can think about it. If there's another game that has unlockable episodes, let me know in the comment immediately, because I want to find those. I don't know, I just find that to be really sick. But like, really, imagine unlocking episodes to a show on a video game now. Like, that wouldn't happen. Everyone's wanting to do a paywall for anything. They literally gave you 12 episodes in a game you already paid for. Like, that's sick. I kind of wish like more licensed games did stuff like this. And for me, it's more interesting to unlock a full episode than it is like concept art. But I love concept art, don't get me wrong. There's like no hate against concept art. I'd rather a full episode of a cartoon, just saying. But yes, this game did come out on DS as well, but it's vastly different. While the PS2 version kind of copied the Double Dash formula, the DS kind of went in a totally different direction. Kind of went back to like a traditional kart racer. There was no more tag team racing on there. It was a singular driver, and that was really it. They even split up the Powerpuff Girls. Each one is their own driver now, instead of grouping them together like they did in the PS2 version. The DS version included 20 playable characters, different tracks, wireless multiplayer, unlockable minigames, a shop system, and only 3 unlockable episodes instead of 12. Many people were kind of surprised the difference between the 2 game versions, but I mean, can you really blame it? It's like PS2, DS, they were always different. How are you gonna get 12 episodes of unlockables on a DS? Well, I mean, you might be able to, I don't know. But the real question is, why did no one play it? Part of the problem was timing. By 2006, players already had huge options for kart racing games. They were literally everywhere. Mario Kart was dominating, Crash Team Racing was building a fan base, even Sonic racing games were starting to appear. And Cartoon Network Racing kind of launched late into the PS2 life. And the game kind of received some mixed reviews and was never like a must-own title. And as a result, it kind of quietly disappeared. Today, Cartoon Network is not remembered as one of the greatest kart racers of all time, but it might be one of the most interesting forgotten ones. It brought together some of Cartoon Network's most iconic characters, experimenting with Double Dash style team systems, packed in unlockable racers, battle modes, hidden tracks, and even rewarded players with full cartoon episodes. Was it perfect? Not even close. But if you was a fan of classic Cartoon Network, this game was jam-packed with nostalgia, all wrapped up in a kart racing game. And honestly, that's enough for me to make me want to revisit it. So tell me in the comments, have you ever played Cartoon Network Racing? Or is this the first time you're ever hearing about it? And tell me any kind of hidden kart racers that people may not talk about that much. Put it in the comments below. But I'm Cameron, this is Retro Carnage, peace.